Are you looking for some awesome magical elixirs and drinks for your tavern?
Today we're looking at Arcane Alcohols from Blaine Markey.
Welcome to the Homebrew Crew. I'm Tony, this is Sean, and today we are looking at Arcane Alcohols, Volume 1.
Yes, this is the first of a series, I'm assuming. Really interesting thing. Many times that we've kind of run a tavern in any homebrew campaign, lots of times your party's going to go up to the bar and ask, hey, what do you got to drink? And there's only so many times you can say ale or beer or whatever's on the shelf.
The Ogre Swill, all the things, Dragon's Breath, all the things that are normally there. And I really like this release. This is something a viewer submitted to us, which, by the way, thank you. Really awesome. And we are reviewing it. See, we do it. It's really awesome because some of the drinks in here had some really cool effects that they do. Yeah,
it's really nice. There's a lot of different drinks, lots of different roll tables that kind of help save you some time in trying to think of what you could possibly do. And it really adds a little bit more flavor to those taverns rather than just getting a quest or being a place to rest.
Now, with that, we want to get into each of these drinks here. We're not going to go over all of them. We picked 3 that we like, and they're all pretty interesting.
They have some very potent effects.
The first one has some really interesting potent effects.
Yeah.
But they are really cool. So let's get into those.
Yes.
All right.
Back in the corner.
Back in the corner. That's where we belong, is in the corner. So this is Arcane Alcohols Volume 1 by Blaine Markey. This is...
Love the mug, by the way. Love that glass. I need one of those.
If anyone can make us one of these...
Let us know. Hit us up at DmsGuild@gmail.com besides submitting stuff. Yeah,
totally. All right, so the first one we're going to look at here is Mary's Bloody. Now, this isn't a Bloody Mary. Well, it is a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, essentially.
But it's with real blood.
Yeah, so this is actually a vampiric-themed drink. So anytime that you drink it, until your next long rest, you're going to gain a quality of a vampiric kind of flavor.
Right, and you're going to end up rolling a D100 on the thing as well to figure out what you actually get out of it, right?
Yes, and one thing that you're going to realize is that all the drinks have benefits, and some of them have detriments, to say the least.
Detriments doesn't describe half the things in the first
True, yeah, that's a good point.
Some of them were like, wow, okay. But this is pretty cool. So let's say we roll that D100 on that, and you're going to get through whatever you've got on here. Some of the ones that I really like on here is like can't enter property without permission.
That's actually really great. So on an 11 through 20, you are no longer allowed to enter any building without permission from the deed holder. Very fitting.
I'm just going to stand outside and hold my drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that kind of thing. I'm not sure how that works if you're already in an establishment when you
That would be a little awkward. Maybe you have to leave and then, wait outside.
For some reason, I feel like I have to go outside. But I think it's a really kind of cool thing. Holy symbol sensitivity is kind of cool.
Yeah, make it difficult to be partied up with your clerics or your paladins.
That's right. They always have, he's kind of shying away from
Yes, yeah.
The fangs I really like.
The fangs are pretty interesting. This is kind of one of those, good effects that you could get from the drinks. So you actually grow fangs and have the ability to bite a target for +5 to hit, and the damage is 2d6 plus your con modifier. So it's actually really interesting, and you actually heal back half of that damage.
That's right. Yeah, and I don't think that's overpowered. That seems perfect. 2d6 plus con.
Yeah, and not to mention that for this drink, they only last until the next long rest, so you're actually not getting anything too overpowered. You're probably going to get it for a day and then give it up.
That's right, and doesn't it just look chilling down at the bottom?
It really does. Not to mention there is a 1% chance that you become a vampire fledgling, but that's a different story for a later time.
And something for your DM to figure out.
Yeah, exactly.
Now this one I think is the best one. I love this one. This is the Skills Rack.
Skills Rack is a bit of an interesting drink. Essentially what it's going to do is that it's going to plus or minus one of your skills, but it is completely random whether it's a plus or minus and whatever skill it ends up being.
That's right. So you're going to roll a D100 first, determine what that skill is. Everything's got a 2 to 3% ratio.
Just about, yeah.
Everything is pretty equal with that. So you can roll that, and it'll tell you plus or minus and what the skill is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a very interesting drink. It's going to last for about an hour. So if you need to go into an encounter or if you need to go talk to someone and you feel like you're feeling lucky, essentially you can roll in this. Really cool. Yeah, on that D6, you can get a potential +6 or potential -6. So something to keep in mind. It is definitely a luck of the draw with this drink, but it's a really cool thing that kind of adds this thing to gameplay.
Yeah, I would definitely mention after your D100, then you roll that D6.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of cool. I like the plus and minus in the actual glass there. I think that's kind of
It is cute.
The artwork on this thing is phenomenal. I want to have every single one of these drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
Now let's look at our third one here. So the last one we're going to look at today, that's the Monster Mojito.
Yeah, and I like mojitos. Very nice, got a nice minty flavor to it.
Fresh, very fresh.
Yeah, exactly. And just like the real drink, you get some very interesting effects after you're done drinking it. So
this one's kind of interesting because you can only have one of these things stack in here. But essentially, again, it's a D100 roll, and it gives you a monster, and you get the effects or detriment of that monster.
Yeah, so as you see listed here, there are a couple of different options. And again, there could be some really good things, some really bad things. One that I like here on this first page is a flump. Now, flumps are a bit of an uncommon creature that people use in D&D, and you actually get this little ability called prone deficiency. Basically, if you're knocked prone, roll a die. On an odd result, you land upside down, and you're actually incapacitated. You're kind of like stuck upside down. You kind of, help I fallen and I can't get up. Yeah.
Right, the flailing jellyfish on its back kind of thing. It's kind of neat. The one thing I do want to mention with this is that you can take a second drink of this. Right? You totally can take a second drink of this, but you have to make a con save. It's DC 16 con save.
Yes.
And then if you do make that con save, the effect just replaces the other effect.
Yeah, so unfortunately no stacking a bunch of monster effects on yourself, but that's why we have balancing, of course.
Right. Now there's two other ones we want to look at here as far as I love the gelatinous cube and the golem in there. I think those are cool. So the gelatinous cube, you're transparent.
Yeah.
So basically, as long as you stand perfectly still and anything, it takes a successful wisdom save, right? Perception check to be able to spot you. But as long as you remain perfectly still, they can't see you.
Yeah, really great. We do forget sometimes the gelatinous cube is sometimes visible to the naked eye if you're not paying attention, which is why they're very, very dangerous at low CR levels. And that's, again, really nice themed ability that you get with that one. And then, yeah, the golem one is kind of interesting. Typically, we'll see some of these abilities on other wild feral creatures, but the golem has the berserk ability.
So essentially with that, you roll a d6, and if on a 6, you basically have to attack the closest creature that's there. So it could be your party members, it could be a friend. If there's no creature there, you go towards the next object that's there.
Basically,
you're just a Hulk smash.
Just angrily smashing things.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, really neat ability. And again, going back over this, a lot of really great monsters you can kind of go for. There's even a beholder one if you want to get really crazy. So there's always an option.
That's true. And each of the rays are pretty well balanced with it. They're not super insane, but obviously the beholder is the one that you want out of this
That's
drink.
Definitely a good
gives
one.
You all that.
Yeah.
But again, random. So All right. So once again, if you guys want to pick that one up, that's Arcane Alcohols by Blade Marker. You can find that on DmsGuild. Totally awesome little thing to add into there. 10 drinks that you can add to your campaign.
Yeah, it's a really nice supplement that you can kind of put with all of your other little things like tavern games or other little things like that, just to, again, really add flavor and add a little bit more flourish to when your party is stopping by the tavern.
Add flavor.
Oh,
I see what you did there.
I didn't even mean to.
I am the pun maker.
I know. So. I did it unintentionally, so there you go.
All right. Well, if you guys would like to submit something to us, go ahead and email us at dmbrewcrew@gmail.com. We'd be happy to take a look. Not everything makes the channel, but we do our darndest.
Yes, you can also send information for the mug if you are planning to make that.
Yes,
also, if you are new to the channel, we do review a lot of other homebrew stuff like adventures, classes, items, things like that. So if you want to check us out, be sure to subscribe down below and hit that bell. You'll actually get a nice notification as soon as you get a new video up.
And remember, the best campaigns are always the ones that are homebrewed. So until next time, keep brewing.